internet, and welcome to day 10 of Once Upon a December. We are day 10. 10 days of vlogging so far. Here we are, day 10. It's great. I thought I would do my makeup maybe as I talked. I wasn't sure. I haven't quite worked out what I want to do in this vlog just yet. But I'm still a little bit tired because I just woke up not too long ago. But I feel like I've been very rambly recently, so it feels appropriate to be doing my makeup and rambling at the same time. So yes, let's get into it. So this is the moisturizer that I like to use in the morning now. I used to really love the Clinique, but I felt like, I don't know, the Clinique was leaving this white residue or cast or something. I can't tell if I'm in focus. So I just hope I'm in focus because I can't see now without glasses on. Just have to check. I have my work laptop down here, but then I have my own computer up here. And this was supposed to be a temporary setting because I didn't think we would be working from home for so long. Otherwise I would have probably gotten a proper external monitor for my laptop because I've literally just been working off this tiny laptop for work. Even though I spend the majority of my hours staring at it, I figured it would just be for a while, and then in a few months I'll go back to the office, so really what's the point? And now I'm thinking, man, I really should have invested in a better setup, but I don't really know how to set up this situation now to make, that's a lot of foundation, to make working easier. So I just kind of go with it. But no, so now with renovations happening, I really don't see the point in investing too much in trying to set up a better office space, because I'm going to be relocating my office space to a different space, which still haven't worked out yet. And yeah, I'm thinking, because the lounge room is a section of the house that is probably won't be used. Like traditionally, I think in normal houses, because the house is a little on the older side, traditionally in older houses they would have a formal dining and a formal lounge area, and then you would have your more casual dining and family area, which was more closer to the kitchen. I think nowadays most houses, at least the ones I see in Australia, they don't really make that distinction anymore, so it's kind of one and the same. The area, the couch and the dining area next to the kitchen, is also essentially a formal area, which I assume formal area was meant for when you had guests over. Not that I really have guests over, let's be real. In our minds, it didn't make sense to maintain having two couches or two couch sets and two dining table sets. I don't know, it just seemed really pointless because that's just not how we live. So I think what we're gonna do is I might just use the lounge area as my new office potentially, and that's where I'm thinking of moving all my stuff once the renos are completed. Sorry, I think I'm not used to doing my makeup and then doing this at the same time anymore, which would mean I'd have a ton more space, which I'm really happy about. But the downside is that there's no enclosed doors. So right now I'm sitting in a room with the door closed, and the audio would be much better, it'd be much warmer, and because I have so much crap in this room, it has yeah, it's a good warm tone. But I don't know what it would be like in an open area. Yeah, I'm not sure. And I don't know how I'd feel about working in an area that, what I want to say, people are going back and forth constantly, but actually it would just be Tobias, so maybe it's not a big deal. And Tobias is got his own, he's used one of the spare bedrooms as a formal surface studio office, so it might actually not be a big deal. But yeah, I mean, we'll just see. I think I will move my stuff there, and at least maybe move my cutting machines, my sticker shop business, because I feel like I work in different modes. I have the YouTube equipment, but then it's different YouTube channels, the planner YouTube or the sit down YouTube, and then I have the sticker shop, and the sticker shop has its own set of equipment, and there's inventory and envelopes and everything. And so that stuff kind of, I want to see if I can section things out, because I'll have more space. I can have this is the sticker shop office space, this is the planner office space, this is the YouTube office space, and then essentially I will have my day job office space, right? Because I still need to do that. And so I could have a proper external monitor, keyboard, whatever. I'm putting on a lot of powder for my day job. And so I won't have this clash where I have essentially my YouTube set up with my day job, and it's just getting a little bit too much. So yes, that will be interesting to sort out, but I know I won't be sorting that out until like later next year. But one thing about the renovations, and this is just like such a lesson, that if you are ever renovating and doing contracts or anything, read everything, check everything. Like, and I thought we did, to be honest, but clearly we didn't. I thought we were being so meticulous, because when we were doing the when we were like putting the contract together for the renovations, we went back and forth so many times to get them to reword things to be not ambiguous and to be very precise. And we still missed some things. So the wall tiling in the bathroom that we're renovating, I mentioned they're going to be like white walls. They're going to use like marble tiles, and I really love them. And so they gave us a sample of what it would look like, because I asked if we could have like physical samples, because during the time we were selecting all of this, it was lockdown. And so we couldn't actually go to any of the tiling shops. We couldn't go to the Bunnings because none of them were open. So I said, just send us actual samples so that we can physically see what they look like. And they were really great. They sent us samples so we can put things together and see. So we've got like a sample of the carpet we'll be using, floorboarding, and the tiling. And so I was like, great. And it's this beautiful, it's like a huge tile. It's marble, and it's like this beautiful gloss to it. So I'm like, this is perfect. I'm happy with this. Let's go with it. And then yesterday, they have started tiling up the bathroom. I think I showed you some footage, and I noticed that the tiles are like matte, which is like weird. So I was like, it's like a matte version of what they gave us in the samples. So I'm like, maybe they've made a mistake. Maybe it's just the process where they're going to seal it later and make it glossy. But I'm like, let's just check with the project manager just to make sure, because you just never know. And if it's a mistake, I'd rather we catch it now, where it's easy to like go back on and fix it. But before we did that, because it was already the evening, we decided we'd just double check the contract. And so when we saw the contract, the tile name and everything was exactly the same. We're like, okay, great. So it's the right tile. There's probably something missing. But luckily, Tobias was like, you know what, let me just check the SKU, because all these products do have SKUs, which is just the ID number for it. And so we Googled the SKU, and it turned out that the SKU they'd listed is the same tile, but the matte version. So we're like, oh crap, we just kind of assumed it would be glossy because that was the version that we physically had in the samples, but that wasn't the SKU. It wasn't the same one they put down into the contract. And I don't know if it was like a mistake they made, or they assumed that most people like matte tiles in the bathroom. No idea. But essentially we did sign a contract that agreed to have matte tiles in the bathroom, even though the samples we've been looking at this whole time were all glossy. So whatever the mistake was, like, it feels like a human error. Something happened along the way. I have no idea, because I've never actually done renovations before. But at the end of the day, the buck falls short with us, because we signed a contract that had a matte SKU in it. So I don't know what we're gonna do now. We probably are gonna have to, we're gonna talk to them today. Tobias is gonna be talking to them today to figure out what options are available. Like, is there a lacquer we could put over the tiles so that they do gloss in the end? Will we have to rip out the tiles and replace them with glossy versions, which just cost us? Either way, we're gonna have to pay for it somehow. And that's the things with the renovations. Like, we thought it would be a certain amount, and then as we went through the design process, it just grew and grew and grew. And we're like, okay, great, this is so expensive, but it's like our, I wouldn't say this is our dream home, but this is our home that we'll be in for at least a few decades, right? Like, I can't imagine moving or anything like that, just because the location we're in, we're like right next to all our family, and it's just like perfect. So like, I can't imagine changing any of that. So I want to put in the money and time to make it the way we want to make it, so that we love the home and we want to stay here for a long time. So I want to, the thing is, if it's going to cost like a ton of money to fix, then we might just have to accept it. I don't really know. I know, because I don't know much about housing, and apparently most people seem to know a lot about housing because they watch that show called The Block, but I don't watch TV, so I don't even watch any of that sort of shows. So maybe I really should start watching more TV, especially home reno shows, because at some point we're going to renovate the remaining bathrooms on our own. So yeah, so lesson learned is, when you have a contract, check everything. Check the SKUs, check the wording, just read it a billion times, just check it. Because you just never know. Okay, I can't do my makeup as I'm... Okay, I'm gonna finish my makeup off camera. I'll talk to you guys in a bit. Finished my makeup and I want to sit down and unbox the advent calendars because I just am really keen to see what the next things are. But had a quick update. So Tobias managed to catch our project manager and actually not our project manager, the tiler, because the tiler is over at the moment. So Toby spoke to the tiler and he is so understanding. Like, I'm so glad that we went with this company because they are amazing. The tiler was super understanding. He was like, he actually said, yeah, I thought it was weird that you guys were putting down matte tiles when there's a glossy version sitting in the lounge, because that's where we had all the samples laid out and he could see this massive glossy version. So he was like, yeah, that is weird. So I think he thinks we will have to take the tiles down and replace them, but because he hasn't done the whole bathroom, he's only done like some of the shower, he thinks that we can actually exchange the unboxed matte versions for glossy, so that will save us a bit of money. And yeah, there will just be a bit of cost in taking the tiles down, making sure it doesn't damage the waterproofing that went down, and stuff like that. So he's going to speak to the project manager who's coming in later today. He asked, the project manager is so nice because basically he's the guy who runs the operations, and so basically he's the guy who runs the operations, and then he brings in all these contractors and to do the job, which is definitely on the more expensive side. But I think because Tobias and I have never renovated a home before, because this is so important, let's get a professional to do it. But now that we've had a professional come through, I think we're a lot more confident to take on a few of the jobs ourselves. Anyways, I don't know why I rambled through that. I'm just in such a rambling mood right now for some reason. Anyways, enough about that. I'm just like really happy it worked out. I was really worried about that. Let's open day, well, this is day 5, but it is allocated for the 10th of December. Ooh. I really want to try and open these without damaging like the paper envelope because it's such precious design. Oh, and last night, oh, okay. Can you see this beautiful washi tape? I can't wait to use all this washi tape. I just can't wait to use it and just like be in planner heaven. This one, I'm gonna open this one today. This is so deceptive. It's like such a large drawer, but like I can hardly feel the product. It's like a small product. Clay mask. It is a clay mask. Will you focus for me, please? Yep, there we go. Clay mask. I've never tried this before. I wonder if it's... It smells really nice. It smells like a spa. Can't wait to use it. And I just realized Tobias left this on my table last night. This is the Sony camera that I was talking about that has the amazing autofocus. So I am still using the Canon G7X right now, but I think I'll switch over to this starting in tomorrow's vlog. And hopefully it will be much better quality. Oh, I can't actually see very well because it's so much glare on the screen right now, but this is our eggplant. It's actually 3 eggplant trees, plants, one here, one there, and one behind it. And you can see it is like seen better days for sure. We've had like pest problems in caterpillars and snails. But we don't want to use any pesticides because we wanted it to be organic. That's why we've been just manually removing them. We've tried a whole bunch of remedies we found online. Almost none of them worked. The best is just to everyday come out here and manually try and remove bugs. Much better luck with the pumpkin because we can isolate it. And then corn, which is getting bigger and bigger. And I don't know, I haven't actually been able to see. Is there any corn? I guess I'll see when I look at the footage.
One more to take off.
So this is what the fireplace looks like at the moment. If you guys remember, there used to be like a ledge and they're knocking, and they take 2 bricks down. So is this, they've already taken 1 brick?
No, they've only taken 1 brick.
Oh, we can ask. I mean, if it's going to affect the rendering, then just take the next brick down. But if it doesn't make a difference, then maybe just leave it. No point putting in more effort to keep taking it down. Yeah.
I don't think it shouldn't affect the TV size.
It's so interesting to see what was there before.
Yeah. Well, it looks like
just more bricks.
There's more bricks and a bunch of concrete poured in.
Can't wait till this is done, and then we'll put the TV up here.
Yeah.
So, okay, this is the shower from yesterday. I don't know what I showed yesterday. I'm not sure if it was a shower, but it used to have like tiles all over it, and now they've taken the tiles off. And now these are where the new tiles are.
Yeah, this is.
And they're shiny.
Actually, this is the matte version.
I don't know if you can tell if I have any residual lipstick on, but I was like trying out the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk, and I think I actually quite like it. I think I'll wear it tomorrow. I don't know why I'm suddenly so interested in trying all this different makeup. I think it's because I'm vlogging, so I'm like, there's a better reason now to actually like do my makeup each day. I mean, I've been doing my makeup even though I've been working at home, although some days I don't. But most days I do, because when I'm in the office I always did my makeup, and so it kind of makes me feel put together. But there are some days where I'll just cheat and I'll literally just put concealer on, eyeliner, and that's it, because the camera quality is not very good anyway, so you can't tell if I've put on a lot or not. But now that I'm vlogging and this is pretty high definition, I've been pretty diligent of doing it every day, and I like it. Like, it's not even a vanity thing so much as it's just fun. And I feel like I'm now in like work mode Celina, and then when I take my makeup off, I'm like bummy Celina in bed. So but I've been experimenting with lipstick, and I know I actually probably can't do it very much. I just realized my face is so expressive sometimes. With mask wearing, it's been a little bit more challenging, because basically the mask is here, and it just like takes off some of your makeup, and especially if you have any lipstick, you're pretty much gonna have no lipstick, or you're gonna have a mask with makeup on the inside that smears it all on your face. So it's just lovely, but it is what it is. What was I thinking? Oh yeah, tonight was really good, very productive. I did a lot of I'm very tired though, because you know how you do like your 9 to 5, and then in the evenings I've always worked, but I've always worked on my own stuff. Like, I've always either done YouTube videos, sticker shop, or like other stuff, like other side business stuff. I'm gonna just call it side hustle. I'll just put that into a bucket, because it's essentially what I do. I have a lot of streams of additional income, but it's all my stuff. And so yeah, it's work, but it doesn't feel like work, because I really love doing it, and it's like what gives me life. I mean, vlogging is kind of like that, right? Because like I put content out, and like I make the tiniest amount of AdSense on this channel, but I mean, I still do, so it's still something. But the second job is, obviously it pays me more, but it's not my thing, so it really feels like work. And so when I do it in the evenings, I feel a lot more mentally drained. So I spent a good 2 hours a day just working on some stuff that I wanted to get out for tomorrow, because right now every Monday and Friday early in the morning I will have a quick meeting with the team there, just to make sure things are aligned. So I just needed to make sure I got all that stuff out, which was great. But I'm like so drained now, so yeah, I think I'm looking forward to like bringing down to just like a consolidated 40 hours a week of external job work at some point, but we'll see how that goes. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna go to sleep now. Well, I'm gonna go shower and then go to sleep. So yes, thank you so much for watching. This is Celina reporting from my room. Back to you, internet.
こんばんは皆さん。これはフォーナの日本語のレッスンです。今日の言葉は服を使い方の言葉です。日本語でたくさんありますね。例えば、これは帽子です。帽子をかぶります。これはメガネです。メガネをかけます。これはセーターです。セーターを着ます。これはネクタイですね。ネクタイをします。ズボン。ズボンがない。でも、ズボンがあったら、ズボンを履けます。かぶります。かけます。着ます。します。履けます。わかりましたか？はい、終わりましょう。